name is Lehtinlitty. I'm the Chief Product Officer at PrimeTrust. We're a Nevada state-chartered full retail trust company, so we're kind of the financial institution perspective at this roundtable. We've got a lot of different services, but more specifically in the crypto space. We operate as a qualified custodian of tokens, cryptocurrency, whatever it may be. To us, an asset's an asset, whether it's a blockchain asset or a real-world asset. We also operate as a qualified third party for a lot of security offerings, Reg CFs, Reg Ds, Reg As. We do a lot of that business, and we're starting to see a lot of STOs entering that space, and we think it's going to mature, or STOs will mature beyond the Reg D into Reg As and the more public types of offerings, so we're excited to see that mature. The analogy that I like to use on crypto custody is you don't keep cash under your mattress. You go and you bring it to a bank, they put it in a till, it goes into a vault, it ends up in a banking system connected to the Fed. It's not, they provide some security, so to speak. Custody is very much the same way. You have a lot of unregulated entities that are offering to hold your wallet for you. And there's not a lot of recourse. We see hacks of wallets happening all the time. We're trying to be the adult financial institution in the space. So as a trust company and as a regulated financial institution, we'll custody it for you. Now that comes along with insurance, and that comes along with lots more security. So if something does happen, there's some recourse. We're regulated by FinCEN, we're regulated by the Banking Commission, we're held to very high standards, whereas some tech company who may be located who knows where and really just have 3 employees might not have as stringent requirements as we do. So custody for us becomes more important the more value that you hold. But if you're holding $100, $1,000, $500,000, it doesn't really matter as much. But if all of a sudden you're holding, or an institution is holding, a lot of value in tokens, it becomes a much bigger target and security becomes a much bigger concern. We have a lot of licensing and regulatory requirements, the first of which is a trust charter from the Banking Commission of the state of Nevada. That's what lets us operate as a trust company. That forms the foundation of our business. On top of that, we have separate registrations for some of the stuff that we do in the token world. We register with FinCEN and a couple other regulatory bodies, so we're subject to multiple annual examinations, we're subject to independent third-party audits. As a financial institution, we're babysat and expected to behave like adults. So if someone's sending us tokens to custody, the first differentiator is whether they're an individual or whether they're a business. So businesses tend to send a lot more tokens to custody, which means it's a bit of a different process. But at a very high level, if you kind of combine the two, we present unique wallet address to everybody sending us tokens. The tokens are sent to us. They're held in a mix of hot and cold storage so that there's some daily liquidity and daily transaction processing available, and the rest is kind of vaulted securely. And what we do is we provide custody as PrimeTrust, but we also provide custody as a white label provider. So all of our services are built off of a stack of APIs. So say you're building a wallet app, those tokens could all be custodied at PrimeTrust under the hood. So you don't have to deal with storage yourself. And everything that's held is held in kind of PrimeTrust's name, if you will, and we do internal sub-accounting for who owns what. And that becomes very interesting on exchanges and things of that nature, because now you eliminate the cost of gas. Say you're on a wallet that has PrimeTrust underlying custody, I'm on a wallet that has PrimeTrust underlying custody, and I'm sending you my tokens. It's an internal asset transfer at PrimeTrust. There's no actual blockchain transaction happening, which means it's instantaneous, you're not waiting for the block to get picked up, there's no cost of gas, and it really simplifies the process. I think ST20 has been a fantastic melding of the minds to have lots of different perspectives here, people representing exchanges, financial institutions, wallets, blockchain protocols, has really gotten everybody, including myself, much more attuned with the perspective of others. So there's a lot of people working on issues in parallel with us that impact us, especially around AML KYC, around sourcing of funds, around even earning returns on assets that are under custody in the crypto space. And these are all things that we've been working on, and we've been working on them almost in a silo, because we haven't really known who to work on them with. So having the conversations with other people who are working on the exact same problems allows us to kind of pool resources, share things that we've tried that have worked, that have not worked, and really just accelerate the pace of all the products we're bringing to market. I think for us, a lot of value comes at the intersection of things. Right, whether it's iTunes being the intersection of technology and music, or Tesla being the intersection of the automotive industry and kind of this new electric technology. For us, we like to be at the intersection of the old school and the new school. So being able to transact in both fiat and tokens is very interesting for us, both in terms of incoming funds, in terms of payment methods, in terms of processing, in terms of dividend payments, in terms of what's issued, traditional securities versus tokens. I think having the ability to really play in both worlds and combine the best of both worlds is what makes a lot of this very interesting.